Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. In today's SOLIDWORKS tutorial, we are going to model this decorative spiral vase. At first glance, the shape looks quite complex because of all these twisted ribs running continuously from the top of the vase toward the neck. But instead of trying to model every rib individually, we are going to create the basic form first and then use a loft to generate the spiral geometry in a controlled way. This approach keeps the model much cleaner and more importantly gives us better control over the shape. So let's start from the very beginning. File, new, part, OK. So first we are going to create the basic profile of the vase, and for that select front plane, sketch, select center line, set the orientation to vertical infinite length and place it at the origin, press escape, select style spline, and let's make a spline on this side of the central vertical axis, press escape, select this point here and the origin, make them horizontal, click OK. Now select smart dimension, select this first point here and the center vertical axis. This is 100 mm. Now select the second point, enter 150 mm, select point number 3. This is 200 mm. Point number 4, enter 250 mm. Point number 5, enter 250 mm. For point number 6, enter 40 mm. And point number 7 is 50 mm. Now select this point here and the origin. This total height is 200 mm. Select this point here and this point here. This gap is 55 mm. Now select this point here and this point here. This gap is 15 mm. Select this point and this point here. Enter 40 mm. Select this point and this point here. This is 15 mm. Select this point and this point here and enter 45 mm. Press escape. Now select line, join this point to the origin, go vertically up and then go horizontally to the left. Press escape. So now we have sketched the half of the vase profile. It's time to use the revolve command to create the main body. Go to features, select revolve boss base and click OK. And with that we have our basic vase body. Now we need a path that will control the direction of our spiral, and to do that go to curves, select split line, intersection type, select the front plane and select this body here. Click OK. And now to create the path, select front plane, sketch, select line and draw a line connecting these 2 points. Press escape. Now go to features, curves, select split line, projection type, select this face here and click OK. Rebuild it. Now that we have the path, we need the profile, and for that select front plane again, sketch, select circle, draw a circle here and another circle here. Click on smart dimension. The diameter value for this circle is 10 mm, and for this other circle here it is 6 mm. Press escape, exit the sketch. Now it's time to use the lofted boss base. Now that I have activated the loft command, I need to select these two circles as my profile, but there's a small problem. Because both circles belong to the same sketch, SolidWorks doesn't simply let me select both of them together in the way I need for this loft. So instead of repeatedly trying to select them individually, I'm going to use the selection manager. Right click here, selection manager, select group, select this circle here, click OK. Repeat the same process again, selection manager, select this circle here, click OK. And now we have both circles included in the profile selection. It's time to select the path. So when it comes to selecting the path, normally when controlling the shape of a loft, we might think about using guide curves. But in this case, I'm not going to use a guide curve. Instead, I'm going to use Centerline Parameters. Click here and select this split line. And the reason is that the curve I created is actually more like a center path that controls how the loft progresses between the profiles. A guide curve works differently. A guide curve generally controls the shape of the loft by forcing the lofted surface to pass through or follow additional geometry. But here, I don't really need that kind of control. What I want is for the loft to follow this central path and use it to control the transition between the profiles. That's exactly what centerline parameters are useful for. Now that I have selected this split line as my center line, SolidWorks uses this part to control the behavior of the loft as it moves from one profile to the other. And before we click OK, make sure you uncheck this merge result here and now click OK. And now we are going to convert these split faces into one face, and for that select delete face here. Select these two faces here and make sure you check this delete and patch and click OK. See, now we have one single face here. After the delete face command, it's time to reproduce this spiral around the vase, and for that go to features, select circular pattern, number of instances enter 40 here, and for direction select this top circular edge. Bodies to pattern, select this spiral body here and click OK. As you can see on the screen, the main spiral pattern is complete and it is time to refine the transition areas. So for that, first select this circular pattern, hide it, select this body here, hide it too, select sweat boss base. For the profile, select circular profile, enter the diameter value 13 mm, and for path, select this circular edge here. Click OK. Now select sweat boss base one more time. Again circular profile, enter the diameter value 8 mm, and for the path select this circular edge here. Click OK. Now select this loft, show circular pattern, show. So now after the swept boss base, it is time to hollow out the vase, and for that select front plane, sketch, select the sketch number 1, show. Now click on offset entities, select this sketch here, uncheck this select chain, uncheck this reverse, enter the offset distance 6 mm and click OK. Now select line, draw a horizontal line to the center of vertical axis, press escape. Now select smart dimension, select this line and the origin. This gap is 8 mm. Press escape and select trim entities to remove the unwanted portion. Click OK. Now go to surfaces and select revolve surface. For the axis of revolution, select this vertical central axis. Click OK. Now select these solid bodies and hide them. Click on extend surface. Select this edge here. 10 mm is fine and click OK. Select the sketch number 1 and hide it. Select these solid bodies. Click show. Now click on cut with surface. Select this surface. Reverse the direction and click OK. Select this surface and hide it. Rebuild it. And now the next step is to add the finishing features. Select fillet. 10 mm radius is fine. Select this base here and this inside base also. Click OK. Now search for combine here. Drag the mouse button to select all these individual solid bodies. Click OK to add them. And before we give this vase its appearance, let's add one last fillet. Fillet. Change the fillet radius to 5 mm and select this edge here. Click OK. Now go to appearances, stone, stoneware, bone china, edit appearance. Click OK. Let's change the display style. And the reason why I chose a warm, slightly glossy material for the vase is because the spiral ribs are designed to catch the light, and the highlights moving across these curves make the geometry much easier to appreciate. And as I rotate the model, you can see how the reflections travel across every spiral rib. This is one of those cases where the appearance doesn't just make the model look better, it actually helps communicate the geometry. And that's it for today's SolidWorks tutorial. The key takeaway from this model is that you don't always need to build complex geometry piece by piece. Instead, try to identify the underlying pattern. In this case, the vase starts with a simple revolved form, and the complicated looking surface is created by controlling a single spiral feature and then repeating it. Also remember the two important SolidWorks techniques we covered today. The first one is selection manager with select group, which is very useful when multiple entities from the same sketch need to be selected together. And the second one is centerline parameters, which we use when we want the loft to follow a central path rather than using additional guide curves to control its boundaries. And if you enjoyed this tutorial, make sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.